What's up, banana bunch? Bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Junglejims podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Junglejims podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Welcome to the show. You know the drill here. We're getting all the clerical work off top. So I want you to download the Junglejims app. It's available on Android and iPhone. We are not planning on canceling it for 3 hours, so everyone will be upset on the other social media platforms. But what we will be doing is offering you exclusive discounts through the app. There's a little savings button right there. You can get extra discounts on things in the stores that non-app users will not have access to. You can check out the weekly ad. You can watch the 5 most recent episodes of the podcast like you're doing right now, and so much more. That's a big one. And then we're getting really close to it. Pickle Wars is upon us. If you came before, you know how crazy this event gets. And after last year was so insane, we moved it upstairs to the event center. We're charging $5 to get in, but we're going to hook it up for you. You're also going to get a $5 coupon to use on products that you found at that show. So it's kind of like going for free. At least that's what I keep telling everybody. I'm very curious to see all that. We've got all kinds of games, events. We might even have some special guests there. It's going to be really cool. Either way, you can get those tickets on junglefest.com, or you can actually just follow Junglejims International Markets on eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite.com. If you search for Junglejims on there, you'll find it. All of our upcoming events are up there. I think I'm a day too early to announce a really, really cool one that we're going to talk about soon in March with one of my favorite internet personalities. I'm actually really excited that we made this happen. So huge shout out to the event center. But that's a really good way to keep up with all that. So again, Pickle Wars leading into it. You know what? Whatever. Maybe we can talk this person that's on the show with us today into coming to Pickle Wars as well. I think maybe we did. But I want to introduce you to my friend Brandon. But you know him best as Mullet Review. What's up, dude?
Hi, a Mullet Review.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in this week. We'll catch you next week. Please tell the show, dude. Thank you so much for coming on to play today.
Oh, yeah, no, it's good to be here, man. I love being at Junglejims. I shop at Junglejims, and now I get to film at Junglejims.
That's cool. Dude, you brought the 360. I can't wait to share the 360 soup can video already.
I don't think anybody should be that humanly close to the soup can swing.
We found out the hard way today. Oh my gosh, dude! You've taken the town by storm. Obviously, a huge fan. I had a lot of fun when we came to play, and that was like my first week back. I think after getting like hurt this summer, so I was off my game, but now I'm back on my game. So I'm glad you came back to do this in the first place. I was like, oh, this will be a fun thing.
I can't wait to just come out, just taste test everything.
Yeah,
I mean, there's things in here I can't pronounce, and a lot of things I need Google Translate for. But that's
Perfect.
Why I got you here, Mark.
I'm your Google Translate.
And there's something special about going through a store and you said, no, I know what this is about.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is good. This is great. But going through up and down the aisles, you know, without you there, I actually wouldn't touch anything.
It's weird because I'm touching everything because you're here. I know you cracked me up earlier. You're like, I shop here even when you're not here. And I'm like, wow. Now I got to make a Mullet Review cardboard cutout to put in the office with them.
I'll be here every day to look at it.
I'm just trying to make it. Well, you know, I think I've joked on here before. When Jungle first offered to build a studio, I just kind of laughed. I was like, yeah, build a monument to me in your store. Sounds great. You know, so now I'm trying to pay that forward. I was like, I know I got to hook up on cardboard cutouts.
I know a guy.
We'll do it in your day job version, though, so you can have more fun gigs instead. And they're like, no, dude, he's definitely doing his thing right now. It's rain, sleet, or snow. He's good.
We just have a permanent setup for him now.
We'll have it set up like the Home Alone animatronics, where it's just like the cardboard Michael Jordan in the living room. I almost called him Michael Jackson. The cardboard Michael Jackson actually probably would have made more sense. I think Macaulay Culkin was friends with him. Well, let me give this setup for the audience. So, you know, for obviously your fans know this, and we found out last time firsthand when we covered the table in ranch. You're obviously a huge ranch dressing fan, right? Probably easy to say that.
You could say I'm an enthusiast, a ranch enthusiast.
That'll be the next shirt.
Yeah.
That's on the menu. So, of course, we did bring out a control cup of Lighthouse Ranch. I heard it is one of your favorites.
It's the best ranch, and I hope you all realize that it is the best ranch, because anything that's shelf stable and you hate ranch, don't get anything off the shelf.
Yeah, and that's honestly kind of explains my take on it. If it's refrigerated or if a restaurant or someone makes it for you, I think it's a totally different product.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah, wait until you get away from the shelf stable stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what Jungle Jim's is a good place for too. You're like, we have the good stuff.
Oh, we went through that whole like refrigerated aisle, and I was like, man, there's like 30 brands of this.
Yeah. Almost too many, but it's fun. Well, then we get to do stuff like this.
I couldn't afford, like, if I like, I mean, there was easily $150 worth of just like all the ranches.
Yeah. I'd like to count. I'm going to go count the blue cheeses after this, too.
Yeah, there's probably a lot.
Stack them out. Who wins? Well, when we first started, we were like, what if we found some stuff that we think maybe Brandon hasn't tried? And then Lucky had a great pivot on it once we started running into sauces. And we're like, wait a second. We should just do a thing to see if... I don't necessarily want to dethrone ranch. I think it deserves being... Look, as somebody who is less of an enthusiast, I'm fine with it being on the party. You know what I mean? But we'll see who's really throwing the birthday. So we ran down a crazy list. A couple of these I have tried, so I did throw in some staples, and a couple of them we just thought sounded funny. I'll run down for the audience. I guess it'll probably be in this order, but there is a product from Remia. It's a plant-based sauce called Hawaii sauce. I'm pretty sure that came from Germany. It was either Germany or Holland. It smells and looks fun. It kind of smelled like, I don't know, to me, I see pineapple on the logo, and it's creamy. I'm doing this for the audio listeners. I'm like, that's always what I'm like, let me give you the descriptive. And I think there might be some curry in there. So that one should be interesting. In interest of pickle wars, this is a Brandon pick. We found Branston Smooth Pickle Squeezable, which is a brown sauce from the UK. It has a bunch of other veggies in it. A favorite, and I'll shout out former guest on the show, famous for his Steiny sandwich. My pal Steiny got me turned on to curd ketchup from Zeissner like 25 years ago, before I really appreciated having Jungle Jims in town. I was just a young man. That was great. Kewpie, people are very familiar with their mayonnaise, but Kewpie also makes some other things. This is an onion dressing with garlic that we've heard a lot of great things at. Thanks so much for the suggestion, Alex. Next up, a dates-based sauce from Al Reef. It's called Iraqi sauce. So don't really know what to expect there. That was honestly just one that we're like, well, that's kind of a wild name. I don't know what that's
very vague.
Yeah, I was like,
very vague.
What was this supposed to be? Also coming in from Remia, this one definitely is a Dutch sauce. This is their Friet Sauce Classic. This is one of those ones that I get referred to all of the time. And I think I tried it once and I don't really remember it, but I was like, this is a good time for that to shine. We went with Terry Ho's Yum sauce because there was part of us going, I wonder if that's good on fries, and part of us going, that could be in the list.
I don't know if any of these belong on fries, Mark.
That's the other thing, right? Exactly. And I will say in my process, I would say maybe 2 of them are officially designed for fries, but I think that's kind of like the Jungle Jim's thing too. It's like, well, look at my studio, right? We joked earlier about my bulletproof glass, but they're dairy cases, right? So it's like sometimes you just take something that doesn't necessarily fit there and aggressively shove it in that hole, you know?
Yeah, we'll put it on anything. You can put it on anything. Yeah, fries are just better.
It's like ranch, and I think you said it best earlier. These are purely a vessel for the other flavors.
Oh, yeah.
You know? An edible spoon.
Edible spoon, yeah.
Last but not least, from a company called Hello, say hello for quality. This comes from Jordan, and it's just a Texas-style barbecue sauce. So that's the lineup. It should be a fun day today, and we'll try them as we go. But I figured we'd just sort of loosely hot ones this and be like, what do you do when you're not giving good ratings, Brandon?
Well, what am I doing? Yeah, lately I've just been kind of like riding around town.
Yeah.
Looking for food to eat, man.
Sure.
I mean, other than that, it's just, I really hadn't had time for anything. I mean, everything's just been kind of happening so fast.
Sure.
I mean, just imagine going 120 down the highway and then all of a sudden that's my exit.
Yeah. And you're in the left lane too. You're like, oh gosh.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
Yeah. The GPS never alerts you until it's too late. It's like, oh, you missed your exit.
Yeah.
But like you've been killing this all the time. And I see the amount of restaurants you go to, I'm just like, oh gosh. And I get it 100%, right? It's like one of those things where people are like, what do you do in your free time? I'm like, writing the post about what I did when I didn't have free time. You know?
If I tell everybody I just eat, man, it makes me feel chubby. I tell everybody great. I'm very distinct. I have a fine palate for anything.
Yeah. But you did, dude, look, I know we were talking about this a little off air, I think. And, you know, because anytime I meet someone like you and I obviously, I think, got along very well. So I was like, oh, now we're friends. But it was one of those things where people were like, oh, what's the deal? I was like, the deal is this guy is the real deal. And that's what I always like about like your type of person, right? Where I'm like, you're authentic. Even, I was joking with you before, even if you eat something where I'm like, oh, I don't think I'd like that, but I know Brandon now well enough to be like, he would love this. So this review is authentic every time. And you just bring this like realness that I think in a world of phony, whatever you're talking about on social media, you're really that guy.
And with that being said, Mark did slide me $5 to be here.
Dude, it was a 10. So maybe I'm not that cheap. I'm prying everybody with. I was like, listen, dude, come over. I'll give you a bunch of sauce. And if you're good, we'll get some fries.
He said I could take the cardboard cutout home.
That is true.
You're coming home with me.
Hey, I'm in. It's like waving all the time. I'd get way less questions from relatives and friends, I think. Like, are you waving at me? I'm like, he hasn't moved at all. And he has different glasses on today, slightly different shaped beard. I'm like, come on, Mom. You birthed me. You should know me. Actually, she hasn't gotten God yet, but that cracks me up. Well, maybe our next episode, by the way, is just going to be all cardboard cutouts. And we'll just voice it over after the fact.
There's going to be a cardboard cutout party of every celebrity we haven't met yet. Gonna go party to party and, you know, chat up with the celebrities like Brad Pitt.
Oh, he's
Angelina
here.
Jolie. Yeah.
But they're sitting on opposite sides of the room.
Yeah. He came to junglejims today.
What's hilarious is I bet if we did get that, if we could probably, people might believe it, is where I'm going with that.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah.
You know, it's like if I put one in here. Yeah, no, it's a bummer. Because like I want to do that because I'm almost never serious.
Dude, I've told people that my mullet isn't real.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and it's like CGI, and people are like, is it still fake? Like I'm wearing a wig or something.
It's like a Snapchat filter. You're like, here's how to look at the. You're like, I gotta grab.
It's CGI the whole time, man.
Yeah. What's the Seinfeld quote? It's like, they're real and they're amazing or whatever. That's the vibe. It's a real mullet. I can't, you know.
Sometimes I get people like come up and tug on it. Oh my God, it is real.
That's so cool. It's got to be one of those things too, where you're just like. Thankfully, all the stunts I've done are all things that are not easily reproducible in public. Like no one's gonna come around with a pallet of green beans, like push me in it, like, bro, that is you, you know?
Yeah, and that backflip you did one time.
Yeah, exactly. That it is crazy that they keep doing that. But now I just keep the hat with me. I'm like, for the right amount of money, I'll figure that out. I have a team of producers flipping my legs over my head now. You know, it's just Lucky out there with like a couple of extra dowel rods.
It's all the assistants around here that make the movie magic happen.
It's so true, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dude, what was really, I mean, I think we've kind of talked about this in person before, but like, what was the thing? Did you just like, were you just seeing businesses struggle and you're like, I got a funny idea? Was that?
No, it's not as heartfelt as that, because I didn't think I was going to be doing anything like, you know, crowding places or just even having people check them out. I just figured people were just going to watch me and go, ha, and then scroll past me.
Sure.
I really, honestly, you go to Taco Bell right now, and the thing is, you can spend the same amount of money at Taco Bell. Like, you can't, like what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you can get out of there with like $4 and be all right for the day.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, have some left over. You got to spend 16 to get through it now. And it's like, what's the point? What's the point? Because, like, you know, the crazy part is there's like a Mexican restaurant behind the Taco Bell, and the same amount of like better quality food was like $14, and then like Taco Bell was $16.
Yeah.
Why aren't we going to the other places? Like, why are we still going to? And that kind of just clicked, right? It was really more of a, I mean, it's a like financial. It doesn't make sense to eat like at fast food anymore. It really doesn't. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You don't have to like drive out of the way to go any, but like there's places around us that we can still go to that's within like our drive home. You know.
Yeah.
And they're actually better, cheaper sometimes, or just better quality.
Yeah. That's a big one to me more than anything is it's like,
what's in the Taco Bell mystery meat?
right. Exactly. What
don't
they
know.
just find the other day, I say the other day, it's like been a couple of years, but they were like, there's oats in the meat. And I was like, that's the edible thing you found. Like,
That
what
is
else could be in there, you know?
That is a crazy allegation that there's oats in meat. There might be, I don't know.
I think that was what happened. They found it was something was being added to the meat. And I remember thinking at the time, if they're scared about you finding out that there's oats in the meat, what else hasn't been revealed? And I love Taco Bell, so I don't mean this in a mean way, but you make such a valid point, which is that for a comparable price in the neighborhood, and without doubt, better quality food, you know?
Even like you go to Taco Bell now, dude, you get a taco, it's a salad, bro.
Yeah.
It's a salad.
Yeah.
They don't even like, they make sure there's nothing in there, give you like a little taste of it.
Yeah.
They're like, you're going to want more after that, buddy.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if you remove like the lettuce, it's like, you ever get a taco with just cheese and meat? It's like, they don't even bother with the rest of the shell.
It's so true, though, dude.
They don't even bother with it, man.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, it's all air after that, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what you pay for. I mean, like, and you know what the craziest thing is, too? Like, all right, this is a personal vendetta.
Love it.
When you ask to remove something from
yeah.
and it's not cheaper, crazy. That's
a great
if
point.
I ask for tomatoes, it should be like 10 cents cheaper.
That's a good point. And I feel like they set the precedent because I think if I asked for an extra tomato, they'd be like, yeah, that's 15 cents. I'm like, great. In that case, no tomato. I'd like mine 15. That's, you know what? I bet whatever fast food place adopts that first, and now that we've talked about them so much, that feels like something Taco Bell would do. Because they led the charge in the customization of the fast food game. You know, they were like the first place that sold to vegetarians for a long time.
I'm just crazy. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not hurting for the 30 cents, but like at the same time, like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal? I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't. I can't. Like, it's like, like when you go to a place and they kind of like upcharge you for like stuff, and then you just get downcharged. There's no downcharge.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
I think it's because none of us are talking about it. That's what the show really needs to be about. Is like, give us our money back. In a polite way.
Look, just, if I'm going keto and I ask for no buns, why isn't it cheaper?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
You think they would just hook that up at some point? And, but here's what'll happen. They will do this, but they'll hide an entire price increase on top of it.
You have to sign a disclaimer before you buy your hamburger.
Well, now you got me just thinking about all the value menus and how all the value menus now start at $3.
They're the dollar or more, and there's no actual dollar on there.
Yeah, you're like, come on, yeah, exactly. Taco Bell's they're hard grilling it into the grilled cheese burrito or whatever they're pushing now. Like, we've got nuggets now. That's not my kind of innovation.
No, I'm all right with the nuggets. Like, they can just keep those.
Yeah, I'm like, I get that you're inside, and I imagine they're just everybody's just sharing, right? Because it's probably like KFC nuggets. Because I think they're owned by the same company, right? I imagine they got the same distro. They're like, listen, we ordered 10 pallets too many.
It's some guy in a back alley, looks like he sells watches, like, hey, Taco Bell, you want some nuggets?
He's got like a bunch of chicken and some like fire sauce packets.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
It's like, yeah, we got something new for your menu.
I feel like you should try a sauce. I feel like you should lean in. What do you want? Where do you want to lean in? You want to go down the aisle, start in Hawaii?
Yeah, we'll try Hawaii. Mark, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay.
What is this?
I think you can look. I mean, I'm okay with you looking. Since we didn't hide it, but I figured no tasting or anything. We wanted just the genuine reaction. So Hawaii sauce, so it looks and smells like kind of a pineapple curry thing. I'm not sure.
It's called Hawaii Sauce. I don't know why they spelled it like that, but hey, I guess, in Hawaii they do a lot of things I don't agree with. Let's go.
Here we go.
What in the world?
That's a no.
No, there's like it tastes like almost like a buttered chicken or something.
Okay, I could see
Like
that.
curry.
Yeah.
Like the ramen noodle packet in ramen noodles.
Yeah. There's definitely some curry there. When we poured it out before, I was like,
Is it curry?
Yeah, there is some curry there.
Thank
Yeah, so
you.
nailed it. Look at that.
Thank you. Cue the applause.
I was like, there were people watching. I was hoping they'd clap, and I'm like, oh, we can't hear them.
I was hoping like you did insert after.
I will,
video.
though. Still, yeah, exactly. It's probably on the board somewhere. I know there's an applause.
What does each
somewhere.
button do, Mark?
Yeah, no. The audience has to find out with us. Nope.
A lot of booze. Oh, well, good
Sad
enough.
trombone. Yeah.
Good enough.
I never play with the board because I never think about it. And then I forgot to. I had them labeled forever, and then we did one episode, and then something dripped on the paper label, and I was like, well, now we're just not allowed to know at all. How did you like that? I guess I should also shout out, these are Nathan's fries, like Nathan's hot dog. They look awesome. We tried one. They're unique. You said they were like what? Like potato wedgie?
I would imagine if you took a potato wedge and turned it into a crinkle fry, this is kind of similar to what you get.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah. Huge Nathan fan though.
Shout out, Nathan. I love your hot dogs.
What's up, Nathan Nation?
Yeah, Nathan Nation.
I'm sorry I cut you off though in mid-review.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Like, I will give this a 6. I don't think it belongs on a fry, but it'd go good on a chicken.
Yeah.
Or just something that isn't a fry.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that being part of the review process.
That was not for a fry.
But a fried chicken.
A fried chicken would go great with this.
I actually think that now that you said that, I'm like, ooh, I think I can kind of
Let's go get a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, the only thing we don't sell at Jungle Gyms.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Well, I think I could get like an entire chicken with head attached probably, but a rotisserie one, no, they're like, sorry, you cook it at home.
Oh. Liability issues.
Yeah, right? Just setting fire to the jungle.
Yeah.
I got to know. Let's move down the line. Let's try the Branston pickle too. I'm curious for that.
I'm curious too. Is it a pickle or does it taste like Branston?
So I think it's a little bit of both. That was one I definitely got a little my finger while we were setting it up. It was more ketchup like.
This is thick.
Yeah,
Barbecue
right?
sauce. Okay, let's give it a shot here.
It's got a few flavors. Let's see what you think. Maybe too much Branston on that bite.
I'm gonna need a second opinion. Hold on.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna have to. Can I phone a friend?
Lucky just comes in. He's like, it's good.
It's interesting
Yeah.
because it has like that vinegar taste to it a little bit, but
Sure.
like I don't know. Again, this is like a hamburger thing.
Yeah, okay, so you're getting that vibe out of it. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, I
though.
could smash it on a hamburger, maybe like just not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Just
Yeah.
enough for that taste. Like it's good in a way that like you would put vinegar on fries. And I kind of like that, like
Sure.
sort of like a Five Guys thing.
Yeah.
I give that about an 8.
Okay.
Okay, I know that sounds crazy, and I don't care if the viewers at home try this and then ran at me and leave me nasty emails, but I want you to know that I'm tasting the vinegar that they have similar to how you put vinegar on fries, and that's where I stand.
I think that was kind of when I tasted it from opening it. I was like, oh, that actually might kind of go hard. It had the ketchup consistency. Something I was thinking about the other day was someone's sauce was just running off the fry that I was dipping it on. I was like, this should never be a thing, right? Like, I'm okay with a runny sauce, but I feel like there should be. If I'm gonna buy a packaged product, especially if it's shelf stable, I want it to adhere to the food I'm eating, right? I think that should be. I don't think that's an insane.
You want it to
request.
just be thick.
But sometimes you get a thick sauce and it's still like it's coated in Teflon. You're like, look at my new non-stick honey mustard, and then you're like, oh, I wanted this to.
You don't
know
like
what I mean?
watered down.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. And I'm wondering, I was like, what emulsifiers are being put in some of these products? And I'm just like, no, let it stick on there. So when I saw that, I was kind of like, the Branston had kind of ketchup consistency too.
It's very thick.
Yeah.
Very thick.
Well, when we were over there looking at options too, we talked about like the daddy's favorite brown sauce, also from the UK. The funniest name sauce for sure. What was the other one we saw? Rich and Fruity. That was pretty good too.
The daddy sauce had to go through a entire like board of meetings just to be named that.
And the notes had to be insane too, because like it's not like daddy apostrophe s, it's like DADDIES. So it's all like I was like, oh, so you're encouraging multiple father figures.
And this is in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK, which not. I mean, definitely aren't known for.
Is it popular in the UK?
It seems very popular. And
Really?
it seems like one that sells here pretty
Do
well.
we have
too.
any like British people we can ask?
I don't know. Are there any people from the UK that are watching us have this conversation right now that want to come pop their head in?
Just hit confirm in the comments. Thank you. You don't have to like it. Just confirm it.
Yeah,
please.
that's good.
Just
yeah.
hit confirm. Just write confirm. I don't care what you do.
It tastes good. It's similar to that though. A little less pickly. It's way more. It's honestly to me, it's like thick vinegar. So
yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You put that into words for me, Mark. I just can't do it by myself when it comes to things. When you said thick vinegar,
that's the move.
Yep.
I'm in.
Absolutely.
You seemed. I remember when we saw the curry ketchup. Was that I couldn't tell at the time if it was a look of excitement or fear. Maybe both.
I mean, I've never mixed the two myself. You know, ketchup's kind of like ketchup, and curry's kind of like it's definitely curry. But I've never actually said, hey, let's just mess up someone's day by putting them together. I've never tried it.
All of the anti-ketchup people are going to be pissed, and all of the anti-curry people are going to be pissed.
Oh,
and I'm hoping we can all come together in our anger.
Now you just combine them, and you're just starting a riot. You know?
Exactly.
I mean, they're just trying to break down the door at Jungle Gyms right now.
I can see it. There's like the whole barricade's going up. There's a gentleman tossing his scarf. It's a horrifying experience.
Pitchforks or pitchforking.
I like to wave at everybody, and they don't always wave back. They sometimes just stare into your soul.
I think they're just like figuring out you're not cardboard.
Right. I'm like, this one.
Oh, God.
I should get like a little Muppet, like the thing they have on Kermit. Like that's like the little black stick so they can move the hand. I'm going to get that for me, though, and I will also be my puppeteer.
You know how like in Disneyland when they had like the little boards like move back and forth? Just do that. Yeah, they like see you come to life, and they're like, oh, my God, there's somebody in there.
Hey there. Oh, I gotta know about the curry ketchup.
All right, okay.
This will
Stand
not
back,
make or
Mark.
break. I know I am. It won't make or break our friendship, but
Okay, I don't know.
I love this. I'm so sorry. Thanks for letting us torment you a little bit. Politely torment.
I'm not mad at it.
Right?
It's actually. I'll go in for a second opinion. Hold on.
There's what I always liked about it is it felt like I'm not a huge ketchup fan. I think if I were to eat, if you were to tell me pick one of that lineup, I'd go curry first. But ketchup's versatile.
All right, I'm gonna go for a third opinion. Hold on.
Ooh,
Yeah, don't look at me, Mark.
No, it's okay.
Don't look at me while I do this.
Okay, I'll stare to the
I need
rafters.
privacy.
I put up the privacy shield right now.
Thank you. Showed your eyes.
Yes. The hood is up.
All right. Now this is interesting. Where is the ketchup? This is like a tomato curry, but like I wouldn't say it's ketchup.
Sure.
You know what? I could put this on fries.
I kind of want to put it on a hot dog.
I'd put it on a hot. We do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of time. Don't
Yeah,
we?
let's do it.
Yeah, let's put it in your air fryer.
Yeah, exactly. Get a few. I'm sure there has to be at least one. That'll be the next piece. You're like, we tried 8 different hot dogs.
Mark's air fryer mystery.
Yeah.
What's in my air fryer?
Yeah, exactly. And every time it's the same. This one's a bottle of ketchup.
It's the same hot dog that's been in there.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, right. I've had it on the roller for 2 weeks.
We just keep refrying it.
That's right. Every layer, it's just gonna get like a little bit. Ooh, look at the smoke ring on that one. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
That's amazing.
All right. Okay. I'll give it a 9.
You will give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9, but I got to be in the mood for it. I'm
Okay.
not going to go out of my way to buy it, Mark.
It's not a daily driver, but when you do,
I need
have it, you'll
coupons
like
to
it.
get this, but
Yes.
you know what? It's good.
Zeissner, hook the man up. Okay, look at that. You're not on anyone else's podcast. The Rizzler's not eating you today.
Please sponsor me.
They're just gonna send us. They're like, thanks for mentioning us. Here's some T-shirts. You're like, all right, well, and then the logo of the guy on there is so funny too. Like definitely got him from Central Casting. He has never cooked a thing in his life. That's my guess. Watch, we're gonna find out that's like the inventor of the company. But he just has like the very intense signal rather.
If you told me he won MasterChef 3 times over, I believe you.
Yeah.
And he came back for the celebrity guest. 100%. He's just giving the okay on everything.
Yeah, that's like the tell. That's he doesn't speak. He just does that or nothing.
This goes good on, things. All right.
Where are we down to? QP onion dressing?
No, I'm a big fan of QP mayo.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep that thing on you.
And if you haven't tried QP mayo, just try it. If you like mayonnaise, if you're a Miracle Whip person, just stay away. Yeah. But you know what? QP, whatever this is, what is salad dressing?
Yeah, it's an onion dressing with garlic. But again, thick, and I think it might still go kind of hard. I think flavor-wise it might go hard. It might fail for me, does it stick to the item I'm eating test.
No, well, it's for salad, so.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, well, wait, if you won't stick to a fry, you won't stick to a wet lettuce.
This goes hard.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. I don't need a second opinion, a third opinion. I might just keep eating this, but I'll be honest with you, this is dangerous.
Oh, really? That good?
Oh, yeah, I could drink that. That's definitely a 69 out of 10.
All right, I got to try that one then.
I can say that on there?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that goes crazy.
Salads beware.
Whoa.
No salad is safe. Your salad's getting tossed, Mark.
Oh, I'm ready. I brought the QP onion dressing.
We'll share a bottle.
Actually, dang, that is so good.
Yeah, actually, just get your own. You know what?
Wow.
If 69 out of 10, I'll put that on anything.
Yeah.
Fries, hamburger.
Yeah, I feel like that would go crazy on like a nice chicken sandwich.
You want to do that later?
Kind of, honestly.
Okay. Well,
yeah, like what? Okay, why not? We'll put it in the panini press.
We'll make plans for later, man. It won't be on camera, but
that's fine. No, exactly. Yeah, neither of us will be on the menu. Dang, that one was awesome. Yeah, we could just stop the show there.
Yeah, no, I mean,
wow. Well, yeah, shout out to Alex again. Thank you for that recommendation. That went crazy.
I need time to reflect after that.
Yeah,
wow.
seriously.
I'm going through some heartfelt memories.
Just you running through a field, onion in hand,
Playing kickball, Jeez.
It's got a lot of flavors going on, and we just went to, we went for hibachi recently for one of our coworkers' birthdays.
Yeah.
And he'd never had it before, and so we're like running him through the whole menu, and he's becoming a more adventurous eater the more we take him out. Shout out Ray. And that was really funny though. We were trying to get him on. I love the ginger dressing that always shows up at the Japanese spots, right? I'm always get so excited about that, but I'm like, dang, they should be putting this one out.
Yeah, I haven't been to a hibachi in a long time.
Yeah.
The closest thing I've been to lately is like Waffle House is like a redneck hibachi.
We just said that the other night. That's so amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah.
Like white trash, kind of like
for, sure.
for me, and then they're like, hey, you want some cheese on that? And they're like, yeah. And then they just throw that big old square on there and like, get on your way. Last time I was at a hibachi, man, we were pranking my cousin, and he ended up like we told the chef to just keep throwing food at him. Hey, and they miss. Just keep hitting them with it.
Yeah, that's good. See, that's so much fun though.
Oh yeah,
it was fun to watch our buddy because he was like, I have no idea what to expect. I've only heard it mentioned. I just know they're going to cook in front of you. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I can't wait till they light that onion on fire in front of you. So, I'm sitting there the whole time. I see the onion hit the plate and I'm just sitting there with the camera. And he's like, why do you have your phone out? And I was like, bro, I'm going to capture one of the best pictures of you ever. And you just see that childlike enthusiasm in his face.
If you slip that hibachi chef a couple bucks, they'll just keep throwing food at somebody.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
That's the new.
That's like making an experience.
We call that the mullet method.
Yeah. They're like, oh, this is my first time at hibachi. I saw the videos. And he just keeps throwing food at them when they're not ready.
That's so good. That's really funny.
That is hilarious. They will do it. I promise you.
Yeah. Oh God, I love that. Well, now that'll be our next. That's really our next episode. Is us just trying to up the ante privately.
I love pranking my friends.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like last time when I was at Waffle House, I got my friend to I got the waitress to cut his steak for him.
Oh.
Oh, dude, that hurt him. And then he said, "Thank you."
You know, you mentioned the American Hibachi thing at Waffle House. So we're watching them make stuff on the grill, and the thing that like took me more than anything is I'm watching them. They've got like a method to how they're going to cook, and it's like how they throw stuff on the plate. So it's like, no matter, I couldn't tell what anyone else was ordering, but I knew there was a process. Dude would be like, he'd throw down like, it'd be like, yeah, the square of American cheese on the plate. Then it'd be like, $2.50 and a picture of, I don't know, Lana Del Rey or something. And that would tell the chef to be like, okay, I now know that's a smothered hash brown. There's scrambled eggs happening here,
I'm going to be so real with you. I look at my check for Waffle House or what they write down, and I'm just like, how does anybody read this dang thing?
Yeah.
It's in gibberish.
Oh, for sure.
They all know what it means, and I'm just sitting here like, what's this code?
It's one they're unwilling to print on the menu, so I don't know what it is.
Another thing I have a problem with Waffle House is how many dang plates they put on a small table. Dude, there ain't even room for me at this table.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to put every single thing. You can put the bacon on the egg plate. I don't care. I mean, I couldn't imagine how many dishes they got to do every night.
Just like a la carte. Yeah, that's a great point,
If I ask for extra cheese, they're going to put a whole square piece of cheese on a plate.
Separate plate. Yeah, you're like, sorry, we had to do it this way. No refills in the same cup. They're just bringing exters too. Just got to stack out at the end. Oh my
gosh! Could you imagine the person who has to do the dishes screaming at the top of their lungs?
Can you even imagine? I don't want to think about that at any restaurant. I watched some crazy restaurant that was like a big international buffet place. I think it was in London. And they shot some of it during COVID, which was even crazier, just to see how many people were still showing up. But they were showing their industrial dishwashing cleaning service. And we have some crazy washers here. This was a whole new level of, I didn't even know what to expect kind of a thing.
Did you ever go to a buffet during COVID?
No, not during. I wanted to. I bet it was crazy. Was it nuts?
I did. It was kind of weird. So I went to the Golden Corral.
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't familiar with that, it's a buffet style, kind of just any Asian buffet, but American stuff, hot potatoes, steaks, whatever.
Hot fudge, river fall.
They got the fondue tower.
That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, what's the thing?
Niagara Falls worth of white chocolate, whatever it is. But anyways, if you went to one during COVID, masked up, and then you had to walk around with a plate, and then the chef or the guy behind it would have to follow you, and then you weren't allowed to touch a ladle. So then they would ladle it onto the plate for you, and then you had to point at it, and then you hold it up for them, and then you move down, and you had to make the guy go down with you.
That's okay. See, I actually want that to happen at a buffet now for me. I want my personal buffet.
It felt like a personal chef. Yeah. Except the personal chef's a lunch lady.
Yeah, right. I'm like, ma'am, what do you recommend I try today? Yeah. She's like, mostly gravy. I'm like, I'm in.
No, seriously. I mean, it was an experience. Now it shut down now, but
Yeah, I felt like all the I would look. The one I loved more than anything was New Sean's buffet in where they were in Hyde Park, and then they moved closer to Kenwood. But I love an Indian buffet, and the one thing COVID took two things away from me: 24-hour breakfast and Indian buffets, and I was very upset about both of those going
The Indian
away.
buffet's back in New Krishna.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh.
Only during lunch.
Okay, but that's okay.
Lunch hours.
Yeah. You got to go weekends too to get the really good lineup. I got on such a good relationship with the guy that ran my place that when we were regulars every week, he would be like, listen, we're going to do this one next week, so be prepared for it kind of a thing. I loved it. It was such a great way for me to try all the different dishes.
Oh, man. I need somebody to just kind of sit over my shoulder and just observate me and make sure I don't order nothing stupid.
Oh. Well, if you ever need a plus one at a place where you feel like I might have a little leg up, I'd love to eat lunch with you.
Dude, well, sometimes I'll tell you, the menus are textbooks, and you're just sitting there going through it, and you're flipping through pages, and then you're chicken tenders and fries.
Yeah. I always, we were talking about a bunch of places this weekend, and we were just thinking about tightening the menu would never be a bad thing, and also maybe some pictures to go along with that.
I like pictures.
Yeah.
I'm a picture person. IKEA furniture. I'm looking at you. Thank you. If it doesn't have a picture, how do you expect me to do anything?
Right.
It's got words, but that don't mean I want to read them.
Yeah. This isn't the bookstore.
I refuse.
Yeah. Today's show is brought to you by literacy. On the menu end, so we got to go to Amarasia sometime. I think Johnny did such a great thing there where they have not a huge menu, but they have a couple of unique dishes and some more authentic Chinese ones. And they put pictures in the menu. They have a picture book separate now. It's like, here's every item that created. I think it's one of the best ideas.
Like a yearbook for Chinese food?
Literally, dude.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, my gosh. Most likely to be served with noodles. And they have a couple ones, but it got me to try things like they have this imperial beef stew that's like this delicious noodle soup dish. That's one of the best things on the menu.
Show me a picture. You know, where's Waldo?
Right.
I'm down for it.
Yeah. And I to me, it's an easy way to get people who have a little adventure in their spirit, but maybe don't immediately know it. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, if they just put it in a different color font, I'd be like, okay, there's something interesting going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm looking at this. What are Zanchan noodles? I'm like, I still don't know, but I had them once and they were delicious.
But I'll be honest with you, everybody don't like everything.
No.
I've been to places that I thought were awesome, and then somebody's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
How could you?
Well, it ties back in earlier. You got to know the reviewer. So when people are like, how could you? You're like, well, if you know the person and you know what they like, sometimes even if you don't agree with them, you'll go like, this makes sense because that's what they like.
I don't think people realize I'm like a dumpster fire. I just keep throwing things in there, and it just,
Fan the flames.
Yeah, fan the flame. I love food. I can eat anything.
Yeah.
Except Navy beans.
Yeah. What happened with the Navy beans?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Next time.
Yeah.
You're like, I just don't appreciate a militaristic bean at all. No militaristic legumes.
I ate them a lot. Yeah. I don't want them.
Yeah, no, good. And you don't have to ever.
It's like one of those PTSD food. Everybody's got a PTSD food.
Yeah.
And they're like,
you're like, if I see this again.
Yeah.
This brings back the wrong childhood memories. Yeah, I get that. All too well. Yeah, like, what is it? What was the question, bro? What's your Roman Empire? What's your Navy bean? Yeah. I'm hoping it's Iraqi sauce. We made it halfway through. We've already halfway through the lineup.
We're getting there, man.
We have the Control Ranch, but I feel like I know what the review of that one is. We got to try Iraqi sauce. Okay. I tasted this one a little bit on the way out, too, and it was, I think it might be a not for fries, but I did kind of like it.
Okay, well, we'll see. Hold on. It's not for fries, Mark. It's not for fries.
I don't know what I would put it on.
I don't know either.
But I'm like, in the picture, it's like indeterminate meat in the photo.
It's not bad. Imagine if you took a bunch of raisins and just crushed them up and then ate it. This is just a wet raisin.
Yeah, you're like, date sauce,
This is just wet, pasty raisin. Yeah. I don't know what else to call it.
That's funny.
It's not, terrible. It's almost like if you, like a peanut butter and jelly situation.
Sure.
In a different, maybe we'd try that.
Maybe that's the move, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And I keep seeing that it looks like maybe some roast lamb or something on the image. So I'm wondering, if there's some savory charred meat involved, if that might solve the problem.
We're gonna need a Google search on this.
Yeah.
What do they put this on? Because it's not fries, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3 for fries, but I think it has potential in other areas.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
I think it's maybe like a peanut butter situation. I don't know.
Yeah, curious.
I don't know. I feel like this is similar to dipping my fry in a jelly.
Okay, I could see that being weird. Yeah. Well, good news is we did bring it mostly for comedic purposes, so that I do feel better about that. It's
pretty good.
For a joke sauce, it did great.
All right, awesome. It did its job.
Well, the next one is actually is intended for fries, so hopefully that'll do its job.
What is this?
So this is it's called frite sauce, which is French for fries. And they do 2 versions. They have an American and then classic. And the classic is the one everyone always tells me to get. Now, they used to tell me it was served in like a jar, but at some point they just switched all their packaging too.
I thought I was having a stroke. I was reading the back of the ingredients, and then it just randomly goes into a different language. Oh. I was reading all the crazy words on there already, and then it just went into crazy.
Like Dutch halfway through.
It went backwards.
Raise both arms.
I was I'm starting to notice letters I'd never seen before. What's going on? Hold on.
Oh,
hold on.
second opinion.
Hold on, Mark. Hold on.
I'm dipping my fries in a bottle of water today.
Mark, is this mayonnaise?
So that's kind of what I'm guessing it is,
Mark?
right? Is it
Are you pranking me?
Not intentionally.
Is this a prank?
I kind of thought everyone that told me to try it may have been. Does it just taste like mayo?
Hold on.
Diving into.
It just tastes like mayo.
Almost like, honestly, it leans a little more Miracle Whip, in my opinion.
You think so?
It just has like that little bit of sweetness, maybe. But you're right. I mean, it's like, you know, it tastes like? It tastes like maybe potato salad dressing.
So it's called what?
Frite sauce.
Just call it mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise classic, please.
Yeah. That is funny.
You just sell it more. I don't know.
It's really, that's why, and I feel like over in Europe, I think they do use mayonnaise on their fries more frequently.
Yep.
But I just thought there'd be a little more. When he squirted it out, I was like, that looks like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And trying it, I mean, it's not bad.
No, but it is mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It is mayonnaise. I'm just going to say.
I would say I'd rather just rip a bottle of QP mayo in a cup and do it that way.
I mean, I'll say 9 out of 10. It's mayonnaise.
Okay.
I mean, it's just mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Fry sauce, just mayo.
Yeah.
Just mayo.
Docking a point for that.
8.
Misleading advertisements. I think the Yum sauce is going to be good on them, honestly. I think it's one of those that when I at first were like, that doesn't belong. And now I'm like,
Yum sauce goes good on anything.
That's kind of what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I didn't have Yum sauce until too late in life. Because back in the day, I remember a lot of the places would run like a mustard sauce instead of the Yum.
All right.
But then Yum went hard.
Let's give it a try here. I got it thoroughly soaked.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'll put some fries. I'll dip my fries in there.
Yeah, now I'm like, can we do... See, what we need is we need a crossover between like actual like Benihana style hibachi and Waffle House, because now I'm like, yeah, throw a couple fried potatoes. Give me a little hash brown going with this flank steak or whatever. You know?
Will it fry? You know what? I'll put it on anything.
Yeah.
You know, you got a little bruised knee, put it on it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's great.
Yeah, I mean, put it on anything.
It accelerated my healing process. That's how this all went.
69 out of 10.
I love that.
You can't go wrong with the sauce. Put it on your baked potato. It might be weird. But it's gonna make it okay.
Yeah, because I imagine that sauce is probably also mayonnaise as the base.
Yeah, it's
and some other stuff.
It's similar.
Yeah,
it's a little spicy, but it's
like it with a little.
I'm not like crying.
Right.
Yeah,
it does have a little heat on it though.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not like sitting here like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna panic.
No. But
water.
Right.
Water.
I would have felt bad if I'd done that.
No, it's
not
all right.
that bad, but a little bad.
I'm doing okay, Mark.
Well, we got to do the last one then. Let's knock out the Hello Barbecue.
Okay.
Jordanian Texas style barbecue sauce.
Okay.
What'd you think?
It's not a good barbecue sauce.
It's not a good barbecue sauce.
No, sorry.
That's okay.
It just felt like they said, "Hey, you know, it'd be good if we made our own barbecue sauce," and some guy's slinging it in the back.
Yeah.
And you told me it was like American. I would totally like if I was in a different place. I'd probably like say, "Hey, this might be it's not good."
Damn, that's a bummer. Say hello to quality. They said it might be high quality, but it doesn't taste.
I'll
right.
give it another shot. Hold on. It just got a weird aftertaste.
When we were smelling it, it had like a potent hickory wood smoke smell to it to me, and I was like, "Oh, it's like almost like literal barbecue sauce."
Hold on. You might want to try this. I don't know.
Okay.
This is you know, if we have multiple choice, I'm gonna have to go 50-50 on this one. It's hard.
First taste is just wood.
Yeah.
Then it's something really sweet right after that.
Yeah.
And tangy, almost kind of.
This
I don't want to say appley, but
this reminds me of when Wendy's had the good barbecue sauce, but it's not Wendy's barbecue sauce.
Yeah, because they used to have a bit of that smoke flavor in their barbecue.
Yeah, man.
that went
Shoot,
away.
I used to go to McDonald's and get nuggets, and then I get the barbecue sauce.
From Wendy's.
Fat Boy Adventures, man.
I love it.
Shoot.
I always wondered why a bunch of the fast food conglomerates didn't ever open like a cafeteria where they just had individual stalls. You could be like, I want Wendy's fries, but I'd like chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
The best life hack you can do is
Yeah.
go to Red Lobster and get the biscuits, and then go to Chick-fil-A and get a chicken sandwich and go crazy, bro.
Oh, that sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, you take off the buns and you put the cheddar bay biscuits on there.
We've been talking a bunch recently about what to do with Cheddar Bay biscuits other than just eat them.
Dude, let's make a pot pie.
I think pot pie would be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be really good.
Or like, you know, what's Gordon Ramsay known for?
The beef Wellington.
Yeah, let's make a beef Wellington out of Cheddar
outside
Bay.
out of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Dude, we can do so much with it. We'll make a whole suit, a 3-piece suit out of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I mean, that's the dream, right? It's like, oh, he looks kind of crummy. You're like, I get it.
Walking around here like Willy Wonka.
Yeah, exactly. Take a bite off my suit, you know? Oh, my gosh. Okay. So what was our favorite in the lineup? Was it really the onion dressing, do we think?
We forgot the number of the barbecue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, number of the barbecue.
4 out of 10. It's
I
not.
agree.
It's not bad,
Sure.
but it ain't great. So far,
I've been so curious about this one.
I'll go give it a shot, man. You can't go wrong.
It's like mayo and honey
You
mustard
can
had a
drink
baby.
it. Yeah, and then we got the king here. You know, the ranch.
I can see the lighthouse warning ships at a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Still killer.
God bless America. Yep. Still beats everything.
Dang, that was crazy. All right, so our hits today, though, were onion dressing, yum sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them dethrone the buttermilk for you?
Mark, you know, the thing about this journey is we made a lot of friends along the way. I mean, there's ups, there's downs. There's a lot of criminal charges probably going to be made later today.
Heck yes.
I mean, I don't know why you thought some of this would go on fries. You will hear from my attorney.
That's fine. I've been lawyered. We put the sign up at the door.
Lawyer up. I don't care how many NDAs I sign.
That is true. It's like I made the lawyers sign them too, so nobody can help each other. It's actually we're all screwed. You know, I thought I would, while we're thinking about it, in the interest of the clips for now that TikTok came back, what's like the furthest away person that's reached out to you to do a video so far?
Like, you know, like what, like
Oh, wow, this place is 4 hours away, that kind of thing.
Oh man, from what I remember, someone drove from like West Virginia all the way to Goshen, Ohio.
Oh, to come try?
Yeah, and that's
I was meaning it the opposite way. I'm thinking of like a restaurant that's like 5 hours away. That's like, hey, dude, would
From
you come
here?
out? Yeah. Like,
oh no, I don't even leave Ohio, bro.
okay, but have people reached out from far away?
Yeah, I get a lot of people that once like. I had one out in the middle, like the other side of Indiana, the opposite side of Ohio.
Oh yeah,
but nothing like crazy far.
Okay,
I mean sometimes it's not. It's usually people in Ohio,
right?
Or
and that makes sense.
Kentucky, we're kind of near here.
Yeah,
it ain't far.
I can't. I mean, I live there, and I'm still like,
it's just
southern Cincinnati.
It's southern Cincinnati.
Yeah. If I told people outside of the area, this is funny. This comes up here every so often because people would be like, this grocery store in Cincinnati, Ohio, and people are like, it's in Fairfield. I'm like, yeah, okay, but let me tell you, as somebody that's not from here, I've heard of Cincinnati. I've not heard of Fairfield. I feel like that's the same thing when I go home. If I'm like, I'm from Covington, Kentucky, they're like, okay. But if I say Cincinnati, they kind of know, and I'm less than a half a mile away.
Cincinnati. It's so funny watching like celebrities come in here. They go Skyline Chili, and then the whole crowd goes, ah, here, yes. Oh my God, we did it!
Yeah, like finally, and then
you go to Florence, and they're like, Florence, y'all, water tower. Yeah,
we got one. It's the wettest city in Kentucky.
I told I was driving through Florence and with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, that's our national monument. It's just a water tower that says Florence, y'all."
Like, we did it. We did it, guys.
I love seeing it.
Yeah.
I wish I could get pictures with it, but it's almost impossible.
Well, now that we'll put this clip out, we'll send it to the city of Florence. You know they'll invite you now.
Oh yes, please.
That'd be great. Oh my gosh. You know, and this I probably should have asked this at the top of the show, but it doesn't matter because it could be a clip too. You come here to Jungle Gyms to shop pretty often. Do you have like a regular shopping list here, or you just get wild in the aisles?
Oh well, I'm a very, I just grab. I'm a grab guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do whatever. But I'll tell you one thing that's awesome here is the sushi.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! They even do like the little rice ball things. They're triangles.
Yeah,
so they're not
like
balls.
the onigiris.
Yeah, the onigiris.
Yeah,
and they're good and they're cheap. And if you don't want to go out crazy, you can just eat like 4 of those and you're full.
It's a good point. And they're making fresh and they'll customize it for you, which I think is fun too.
And the sushi's cheap.
Yeah,
it's awesome and it's good. Like I mean, honestly, like when I'm at Jungle Gyms, there isn't too much you can't find here. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't go around and just because I get lost here. Everybody gets lost here.
Yeah, that's all. You get into the labyrinth. You got to fight the Minotaur to get out, and then
I wish someone would just hand me a map when I walk in, or like a GPS or something.
It's really funny because as soon as you said that, I was like, the greeter was handing somebody a map.
It is if I had to give a similar experience, like going to the zoo.
Sure.
Ain't like that. It's similar. Like Jungle Gyms, the zoo. You get a map. You got to walk around. But like, for me, I go through the grocery carts that they all lay out for the clearance. It's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like in the alcohol aisle. If you want to party, like usually it's like $1 for whatever it is.
It's been wild too. We had closeout now that THC's a thing. And then all these companies are making like THC sodas and other stuff. I saw we had a bunch of that in closeout already. We had there was a pumpkin spice one they did that was locally made by Costello. And then I even saw Snoop Dogg had a line in there and they were like, yeah, $1 a can, get ripped.
Yeah, the prices in like if you just go into the middle of like these aisles, there's like a grocery cart just full of something with a price tag on it. And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was buying the what was it? The Rock had a drink.
Zoa, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Zoas were like a quarter or 50 cents or something like that. An energy drink for a quarter or 50 cents. I come here just to look at those. Like, I think the mystique of like online grocery shopping is cool and all, but like, how do I know when something's on clearance, like where I can save a few dollars? I mean, like, especially here, man. Yeah. Some stuff you're like, is it really that price?
Yeah. I mean, I work here and I feel that way sometimes when they'll like send me like, hey, I got a deal up by the registers, go check it out. And usually they'll tell me, but it's always like ones when I don't know the price up front. It was like, but last week, I forget what it was. It was like Sunkist Cherry Limeade Soda. Nothing special or crazy, but they were like $1 a 12 pack. I'm like, well, yeah, of course everybody's trying that. And I'm just watching every single person do the same thing, which is that $1 for a 12 pack? Okay, yeah, I'll find out, And
I think the mystique around like Jungle Gyms is like people just, shop and drink.
Yeah. That helps.
Yeah, no, it probably helps a lot.
Yeah, I bet it does. It's funny. Here's how you can tell it helps. We've done it here for decades, and now you can see like some of the chains starting to try the same thing. Like, oh, well, try this.
On to something.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I wonder if this will work.
People like to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, have a little fun. Look. When we put a smoke hut out back once the dispensary goes, I don't know. I'm always telling everybody, I was like, please, that's one of my dreams here. Yeah, imagine a Jungle Gyms themed dispensary.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can just like walk around, it's like, fill it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go around.
It's great. Dude, so many people, I see them so happy. I mean, and I get it because they're just here to relax and have a good time. But I see so many people so happy. Well, we put in the tiki bars too at both stores. So now we've got like the boozy slushies too, and people are right now a little bit less with it being 4 degrees outside today. But I imagine this summer that's going to go real crazy.
Oh yeah, and I like the olive bar and stuff.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like you walk around, you're like, like specialty item like ostrich eggs, like you're like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, I want to eat that, but that's like Wait, how much is an ostrich
I
egg?
think an ostrich egg now is like $90 or something. They only lay, I think it's like 10 to 15 eggs a year. So it's a crazy small amount.
Yeah, see, but like I don't know that knowledge coming in here. You
Right,
know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm like walking around like, dang.
Yeah.
Who wants a hard boil?
We just got to make like the biggest pot of ramen
Yeah.
ever. And that's like the.
Justifying the reason before you come in. You don't
For
know.
sure. No.
You're not Googling everything.
Yeah. I only know because I sit here and wanted to learn it and I work
Yeah,
it. You know?
the whole store you have to like walk around with Google open,
Right.
half the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hard part for me. But like they do have like a little section where like you can just go, oh, I know this one.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
Yeah,
I thought that was actually like a good idea, like where
sure.
the soup can is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, we actually do have. Well, what I really like about that too is that even in something like American Grocery, where you're like, oh, these are all products that are familiar to me, we tend to find that you'll have like more options still. Where you're like, oh, I've had this brand of mustard before, whatever, but I didn't realize they made 10 different flavors.
Oh,
I thought they
dude.
just made 2, kind of a thing. You know what
like
I mean?
here, man, they got like 30 flavors of everything.
Bro, I walked through the baked beans the other day and found. I was like, oh, they're 2 different ones. I'm like, I want to try different baked beans.
Screaming, why is there so many flavors of baked beans?
I was just shaking the cans. aggressively.
Nobody likes them this much.
One were Dr. Pepper flavored. I know. I haven't eaten them yet, but I'm like aggressively curious.
I'm a little shocked.
Yeah.
I don't know how the British feel. Confirm.
Yeah.
I don't know how they feel about Dr. Pepper.
I think
or
they're
beans.
upset about it, but I'm going to take this one. This was American Grocery. I'm telling myself it came from like the fields of Oklahoma.
They
You know.
harvested Dr. Pepper. For
Dr.
the
Pepper
beans.
comes from Texas, so it makes sense that it would be a nearby import. And they're like, this is what Oklahoma refers to as fusion
I
cuisine.
don't know. Oklahoma needs to just stay in Oklahoma. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's cool. It's just it's an exploration.
Yeah.
It's an exploration. It's
Yeah.
definitely an adventure. It's not like definitely like a few times a month thing for me.
Sure.
But that's just because it's so adventurous.
Yeah,
you
love
know,
that.
it's not like it's a workout. You know, if like somebody's like getting their steps in, like walk around the mall, like
Yeah.
where it's like heated, definitely this place.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, no.
If you walk I cannot remember the exact number, but I had my old personal trainer come in here and we did a lap of the building. We're like, how many steps in just one if we just walk as close to the perimeter as possible? And I think it was like 14 or 15,000 steps.
yeah, we got 4,000 just shopping.
Yeah. And we,
that's
and we
crazy.
Didn't even, right. And we like barely saw the whole store. It's crazy to think
Yeah,
about.
we were
you know?
in like half the store.
That's you joke too about like, being able to crush weight walking during the day job. And I'm like, that's my favorite thing about here is that if I want to go get something, it's like 4,000 steps each way.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, perfect. This is great. And as long as I keep moving all the time, I'll never die.
I'm trying to think. Like, where do you guys keep the milk around here?
It's up by the registers. So there's like,
God bless you.
yep.
It's
Close
not
by.
in the back.
No, we got the milk and the eggs are up close, and
Yeah.
there's some frozen goods. It's like you can get in there. You can get the 3 main food groups: milk, eggs, and pizza rolls.
I don't know who decided the trend of like, hey, let's just put the milk in the back.
That is a good question. Yeah, they're like, well, if you put it on the back wall, I don't know. It would maybe make sense a little bit if they were like, if this is a staple and we want to send them all the way as far across the store as possible in hopes that in their journey, both to and from, they'll see a bunch of other products.
Yeah, you practically run a mile at that time.
Yeah.
if you do it here. I mean, like,
I feel like, I wonder if, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I wonder if ours does feel comically close to it's literally like an aisle away from the register. So I wonder if that's like an intentional move on our part too.
I know, man. Every dad was now going to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's such a bummer. I was like,
With
well,
the
that's why we keep the cigarettes far away now. So it's like dad has to commit to abandoning the family.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
Why were you gone so long? Oh, the milk's in the back.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Oh my God. The kid that's always like, my dad's leaving for real this time. You know. Well, what's next for you, dude? I mean, you're blown up. What do you want to do next?
I guess keep going to eat places, man. I mean,
Yep.
there's not really like a plan.
I love it.
I just started an email because, oh man, my messages are just hard to. I can't keep track of anything
Yeah.
anymore, man. need a secretary.
Right.
But it turns out I'm the secretary.
Yep.
I got to hire somebody, but I can't afford it. So.
Yep. That's like the hard part of this world that we're all in right now, where, you know, I'm obviously really lucky here to have, well, pardon the expression, but lucky to have lucky, right? But like, I know every other part of my life or any other video I do is 100% by me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know exactly how you feel there, dude. And it's like, it's just that thing where I don't expect the public to know that.
Yeah, I'm a one-man band.
Right. But it's like, it's one of those things I kind of wish that now that like influencers are so widespread and like people are making, it's like there's really only like 7 different types of videos being made now. And it's like you see them all, you have to know at some point, like, you know.
Yeah, I'll dance in front of a hamburger or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll do it. I'll do your little Fortnite dance for you.
Perfect. Thank you. That was the real reason I started this friendship. I was like, I bet one day I'll do a Fortnite dance for me.
I only know like one.
Yeah.
And it ain't even that good.
Yeah, the only flossing I know how to do is for my teeth, and it's only begrudgingly right before my checkup at the dentist office. Yeah, no, my gums bleed all the time. It's totally normal. Just stop.
Yeah.
Maybe if you stop shoving knives into them, they'd stop bleeding.
Yeah, I know you planted that cavity on me.
I did.
Don't even
like,
even act like I did this. Y'all the one poking around in there.
Right. I can't believe that one doesn't have any pain. I was like, well, it only does now.
Yeah.
Because before it was a healthy normal too.
I was all right until I came here. To be
Right,
honest with you.
exactly. Yeah. I was like, no one else in my life has ever said, Mark, you need a root
Every
canal.
6 months, how do I have a cavity? Come on.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they're like, what are you drinking? I was like, mostly water and the occasional bits of battery acid, but the water mostly. That's so ridiculous. Dude, I love what you do, for real. You're a wonderful part of the city. I'm glad you're here. I hope, I'll say this direct to him, Bob Herzog, you got to have him on the show. I know you guys were trying to link up at one point, right?
I emailed something.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah, no, I just never heard back.
I imagine Bob's emails are very I joke anytime we communicate, I have a 48-day window.
Well, I don't know what.
We were talking about something recently, and he was just like, I'm sorry, I know this was like a fall thing you wrote to me, but it's January.
Yeah, it was somebody asked, and then they sent me an email, and then said email this, and then that's what I did. But
Sweet.
Other than that, that's the only thing I have.
Oh, dude, that'll be fun. Well, maybe I'll find some fun thing that we can all do together sometime, too. That'd be good.
Yeah, maybe.
They're great. All the news people here in town are wonderful.
I've never met them.
I am, having been in the business a long time and meeting a billion very phony people, right now, I think our like local news teams, and this is like a lot of the channels. I don't really know anybody at Channel 5 right now, but I feel confident enough being like, I'll give this compliment to them as well. But like everybody that's doing this stuff right now are just really, I think, very similar to us, just genuine people who are out there trying to make fun stories. They're trying to entertain, they're trying to educate a little bit, but we're just all out here swinging and having a good time, you know?
Yeah, I've been enjoying the whole Bob Herzog freaking out over snow.
Oh, dude, so funny.
Yeah.
Dude, he's hilarious. And he's like, and again, one of those guys that when you meet him, you'll be like, oh, you're really this guy. And that for me,
He's like
is like
he's
my
like
favorite
if
thing.
the news had Jim Carrey on it. I love it.
Seriously.
I love it.
Dude, he's got limitless amounts of energy. I love it. And like, even just, he's just one of those guys I love getting in the room with, because I'm just like, oh, both of us have this kind of weekly energy.
He's the guy that's like, 3 5-hour energies, please.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. That's good. Both hooked you up. Have you done John's show yet on Kiss?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll have to hook you up with him too. Like, I think you guys will have fun.
No, I'm getting to that. I think next Tuesday.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
Well, the second. I can't remember.
But yeah, sweet. That would be good. John rules.
Yeah. I only talked to him a little bit.
Yeah, you'll have fun though. He's a good dude.
You know everybody. I'm just like.
You will. It's just a matter of time, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know anybody.
That'll be fun. And John's been doing a fun show at actually, this might be an easy stop for you sometime, is I think on Thursdays he's at Element Eatery. And so it's like 10 different restaurants in the place, so like kind of not cafeteria style, but like.
Oh, yeah, you invited me to that, but
yeah.
I was working.
Yeah, that's always a fun time. And so my buddy David runs that place, and the food across the board is all pretty good, but like if in the interest of you, it'd probably be easy to knock out a ton of content real quick. You're like, all right, I tried this place. All right, I tried this place. You know what I mean?
It's hard in public anymore, man.
I'm sure.
Like I've had people like knock on my window. You eating? What you eating?
Yeah. You're like, I'm almost done. You know?
Me sitting there like looking up for my bite of the sandwich, like
Like, this is my second halal burgers this week.
yeah, hold on. Out here throwing shade. It might be true, but that's an allegation.
Listen, you got me excited to try it. I saw the ads and I was just like I told you before, I was like, look, if I can get both, if this can be like some sort of like Mediterranean American fusion where I can get a cheeseburger, but I can also maybe get some falafel or something like that, I'm so on board. But if not, the burgers will still look crazy.
Yeah, the burgers look crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, and that was twice they did that back to back.
Yeah.
And then, like, people going, they're like, yeah, the burger looks the same. I don't know what they're doing back there.
They probably have some very specific process,
They
right?
have
Food's
to.
an art, dude. So, like, the art, it's just like any other art creation. They probably have, like, this is step one. You know what I mean? They go through their process.
I'm getting sweaty just thinking about it.
Maybe we should go there next. Do you have any favorites, recent favorites that you'd like to shout out before we wrap this up?
Oh, yeah. I love Little Trolley Donuts. Lori's American Grill.
Yep.
Should I say why, you think?
You can.
Okay, yeah. Little Trolley Donuts. I give them a shout out because there ain't nothing better than a fresh donut. Right there. They make it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. And then Lori's American Grill. Because I like hamburgers. And they do crazy hamburgers.
And that's the one in Goshen, right?
Yeah, that's the one in Goshen. Crab Rangoon cheese sticks.
Yes. The crab rangoon cheese sticks. That's the one. I was trying to remember earlier. I was like, what the hell is the item there? And I was like, and I didn't want to embarrass myself by being like, I forget what the item was. Okay, that was it. Yeah. That sounds so crazy to me.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. People have been driving, like I said, West Virginia to just try a cheese stick.
West Virginia. I thought we just found out recently. No, never mind. We made a TikTok about West Virginia not being real.
Oh,
and people were
combining
very
the
upset.
Virginias.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if either of them are, you know? They're just like, yeah, sure, that's a landmass.
Just make it one Virginia.
Yeah. Why do you think they were just like, imagine what that was like? They're like, well, actually, we would like to be the Western one, and we're keeping the name. It's like a bad divorce.
Is it even in the West? Is it west of Virginia?
I think it's. I'm willing to bet, depending on how you hold the map. Like, yeah, but, okay, it's west now. You know.
I don't know. I've never been there, but what else was I showing?
I drove through once allegedly, but I still don't know if it was real. It was a bridge. There was a sign. I didn't get off. You know.
Paid a toll.
Yeah, exactly. West Virginia's a scam.
No, Roscoe's Pizza is a good one. I like that one.
Where's Roscoe's?
That's in Waynesville.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a.
Oh, yeah. I think I tried them at the Sauerkraut Festival.
Yeah,
they have a huge sauerkraut festival.
Yeah, sauerkraut festival. I don't know if you made a sauerkraut, but you got pizza for every occasion.
For sure, yeah.
Every occasion.
Yeah, I think I actually think they just did something normal that time because I vaguely
They
remember
said
whatever I had
normal.
was just like good normal pizza. Well, you know, I'm always trying to try the weird stuff too because I'm just like, well, who knows? I'm of the opinion. This is, I feel like, a common argument is I'm always of the opinion that like I might love something that I've never tried, but I feel like, you know, like we'll be out somewhere and she'll be like, I don't know about this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, neither of us know about this, but I'm going to find out.
They hand you a textbook for every pizza.
Really?
I mean, it's just like a textbook saying, well, you got to flip through it and just find what you want. Like, it was crazy.
I mean, that sounds cool, though.
Yeah.
Roscoe's, okay, that's on my list, too. I'll definitely go back up there.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, just anything and everything he puts on a pizza.
Killer.
Yeah.
I love it.
He got like a jalapeno popper pizza.
Did he also do a pickle pizza? Is that maybe one of the ones? Okay, and now it's all coming back to me.
It's got like a little tzatziki on it.
Yeah. What we call tzatziki, the hairier cousin of ranch.
Yeah. Crab Rangoon pizza.
Crab Rangoon pizza would go crazy too, I bet.
Yeah, dude, it's
Oh, my dudes at Fireside Pizza do Crab Rangoon dip.
Do they?
One. It's a collab between them and Oriental Walk.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It goes so crazy. I think I'm actually, you know, going back to the pizza thing, I have a few favorites in town. I love Trophy if you haven't been there before.
I've been there.
But I'm like an East Coast kid, so I'm like, that's just the pizza I grew up eating.
I go there a lot because that's Sophia's favorite pizza place.
I love it.
Not saying that it's not mine or anything. It's just I have a favorite style. I'm not a big New York person.
For sure. Yeah.
I do like the pizzas they have, like the peppery pig.
Yeah.
That thing
goes
is
crazy.
Awesome.
Dude, any of the grandmas get me excited too.
I didn't try the grandma. No, that's
okay.
one of my favorites too. I like a deep dish.
Yeah, I think you'd be into that.
Yeah, I'm like a deep dish person.
Yeah.
But Sophia's New York style trophy's about as close to New York as it gets.
I 100% agree. It was funny being back home a few months ago and then going to Trophy like right after I came back, and I was like, oh, that's really, really close. You know what I mean? And I kept thinking, I was like, oh, it's been so long, remember? You know?
Yeah, it's really, and the people there are nice.
They ruled, yeah. The gyms.
I don't know. I met a couple of them. It's kind of funny because like I walked in like, oh, I know you, and I'm in my uniform.
Yeah.
My mailman uniform.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then one of them was like, get him a cheesecake. He's cool. But,
yeah.
You know, I
the cheesecake is
the
really
the one girl didn't know who I was. And it was funny because she thought she was just appreciating the mailman.
Well,
we appreciate you, mailman.
But we do appreciate you as well. We love you in all walks of your life. Pardon the expression.
I just thought it was funny. Like,
that's so cute.
There, yeah, we appreciate the mailman. I was like, thanks.
That's so funny.
That's cool of you.
Yeah, I love that. I got so excited mentioning them that I meant to go back to Fireside. Fireside's been cool because they hired they hired a chef to work in the pizza kitchen too.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
So they'll do like all the classic pies, which are always killer, and then they'll always do something really unique every month.
They got some Italian guy back there named Uncle Vinny.
Exactly. Oh, I wish. Oh my gosh, Uncle Vinny wouldn't let him come out with anything but the regular stuff.
There's some Italian guy back there just whipping out the doughs.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, you're putting one on this one. They did a fun one recently. I think it might still. Well, I think as of time of this airing, it should still be there. But it was like a. What do you call it? Like pig paradise or something, but it was very unique. It had like pears on it. It had some pork. And it was a white pie. I thought it was really delicious. I always like a wild swing.
It's like today's theme is the letter P. We're just gonna throw everything on it.
I mean, why not, right? I'm
pears, pig. Pizza.
That's a bit we should be doing here sometimes. Just pick a letter and then be like, all right, that's all that we get to put, and it's all going in the panini press.
The panini press.
Where can everybody follow you? Where do you want them to creep on you?
Oh yeah, Mullet Review on anything.
Cool.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube's Mullet Review 69 because someone took it.
Yeah,
can't believe.
They were reviewing mullets. Though.
Yeah,
So you're like, all right.
I reviewed one mullet and gave it up.
Yeah, isn't that the most annoying thing on the internet when you have a name and you're like, oh, cool, the one person tried one time and you're like, it's been 8 years, dog. Give me the name, Let me do it once.
Yeah. Yeah, no, all social medias. If TikTok's still around, Mullet Review.
Sweet.
But yeah, everywhere, really.
Dude, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming to play with me today.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm glad to know you. Yeah, we'll eat some fun. We'll drag. Yeah, I keep meaning to bug you when I am off to see like if you're off too, and be like, we should have lunch.
Too bad All Ate Up isn't open right now.
Oh, that'd be killer. Brad Baker, what were you thinking? I did. Yeah, I forgot you got to try the pizza he made for you.
I didn't I was like looking online. I was gonna go there anyway.
Yeah,
and he made it in the same day.
It was honestly hilarious timing because he had shared to like a group chat we were in. And they were talking about it all day. But I have like most of my this is maybe good for everybody. I have like most of my notifications turned off unless you're somebody I work with frequently or I love, right? And so the group chats are always just cacophony. And I'm like, I like to be able to check that, right? So anyway, so it was that same day you'd come in. But they'd been asking about you in the group chat all morning. And I'm like, I get in there right after you left. I was like, oh, shit, guys, this is crazy. He just left the store. And they're like, oh, are you being serious? Do you know him? I was like, I mean, I guess I know him. Yeah, literally. Yeah, we talked.
I'm a real person.
Yeah, he's the mullet CGI, but he is not.
The mullet's not real, but he's a real dude.
Yeah, afterwards I was just like, oh, here, connect him. I was like, and it was kind of funny. And maybe everybody experiences this all the time, but they're always like, should I reach out? I'm like, I mean, yeah, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if you, and this is my key for everybody, I'm like, worst thing that's going to happen is you don't get a response. And it's just like if you didn't message.
Oh, most of the time when like people reach out to me, it's like I get like 100. I mean, like
I imagine you're getting blown up.
I get 20 a day.
Yeah,
20 a day. 20 messages, just random people telling me, hey, try this, try that, and I love it.
Sure,
but I still have a time crunch. Like I still have a job.
Right.
Yeah. Like
there's a whole life outside of the videos, right?
Yeah, they don't even know.
Yeah.
Like Brandon. They know Mullet reviews.
Right. So I was afraid to Bruce Wayne you on the show, you know.
Both hot blondes, by the way.
I know, which is crazy. And you never see them in the same place. That's the weird part. It's a little frustrating. I'm like.
I just recently changed my first name and last name on Instagram to Hot Blonde.
Did you? That's awesome. Starts trending.
They let you do it.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, man.
That's so funny.
Then I went to go put in like the tax information, and the first name was Hot, last name was Blonde.
Oh, yeah.
IRS gonna be like, what's going on here?
Like, until the checks start rolling in, you know. And then I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Man,
that's funny.
Yeah, I love it. Dude, it really has been fun to just watch you like do all this. Because I saw your article in the magazine, in Cincinnati Magazine.
I didn't even know it was gonna be in there.
That's so cool, though, dude.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was gonna be in there. When I was talking to someone, not the person that I was like, doing the thing with, but it was like just somebody who was like, fact checking,
sure,
or whatever it is, or kind of like pre-edits.
Yes,
I don't know. Somebody checks grammar.
Yeah, they're like, "Is this true? Do you really have a mullet?"
They said it was going to be like online.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah. And then somebody came up to me and showed me that I was in there.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dang, I'm in there!" I got excited, dude.
That's awesome. It's a great piece too.
Yeah, no.
The new crew at Cincinnati Magazine, I'm sure the old crew is great too. I just know the new ones, but like everybody running the ship there right now is awesome.
Oh, I have the people I met were great.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I had to do a remote one with them. They did something here this summer when I was hurt. So it was like a remote coordinating thing. Obviously, they teamed up with Lucky too, but it was like that just going through. But yeah, dude, again, just seeing you in there, I was like, I love this. I like I like seeing genuine people succeed and do cool stuff.
You know, it's even funnier. I was like next to a place I reviewed.
Yeah. Was it really? Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
so funny.
it's El Gusto.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So hoping it'd be one you're like 3 out of 10.
Yeah, El Gusto is awesome.
Yeah. Where is that one?
Oh, it's in one of those like weird towns in between this other towns.
Right. We have a whole thing in our life about there's too many signs everywhere, and everybody was like, we deserve recognition for this street.
I want to say it's like the Deer Park area.
Okay, that sounds right. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. My usual hangs.
I get a lot of flack because like I'll sit there and Google something, and then like this is their address, and it'll say like, the actual like where it's from, and then it'll be like, that's not the place. And I'm like, guys, this is what the Google address is. I'm not from around here.
Yeah. Worst case, you just start putting everything in Cincinnati.
Sometimes you go out into these like country towns, and then like the borders are kind of like, mishmash.
Oh,
and then,
sure.
Like everybody claims this restaurant, and I'm like, well, it can't be part of Blanchester, Clarksville, and Wilmington all at one time. I'm just looking at the address, and I just drove past, and all I heard were banjos and saw Dollar Generals when I come by, man.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I don't know what's happening. They're like $13 Generals per mile, dude.
That's the ratio they have set up.
That's
out
Ohio.
And it's funny. I wonder if that happens in other places, and maybe it's just because I've lived here so long, but I do feel residents here are way more uptight about which neighborhood.
They're claiming.
Well, I remember one time I was trying to go somewhere in what they now call Pendleton, which is, in my opinion, OTR or downtown Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But they're like, I'm sorry, this square block gets its own name. And I'm like, sure. But come on, guys. Like, we're being a little silly.
Well,
right
when
now.
I was, it's funny because, like, sometimes I get, like, messages, like, I've never heard of these little small towns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're kind of like suburbs.
Right.
But they're like towns.
Yeah, it's like a street that got a little too confident.
Yeah. Like an island.
Yeah, exactly.
An island in Cincinnati. They're all like that, too.
That's what
I
I'm
didn't
here
even
for.
know Avondale existed until I went to Trophy Pizza.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, this isn't Sharonville?
Yeah.
We got a little confident.
Yeah.
We got a pizza place next to the subway. Listen, I don't know if you know, right? Like, we have a Menards here now. That Menards always has a piano player in it. And I think that's the craziest thing about
They just hire him.
Yeah.
Or he just shows up and like doesn't get paid.
That's a great question. I will say, though, because when I went last weekend, I asked him to play something. He was not taking requests. So I imagine he might be on the clock. It was very funny. He's just like, oh, that's nice piano music. And they have it staged right near, like, they're not escalators, but they're like electronic ramps.
The piano guy is your next podcast guest.
That actually is a great idea. Listen, if you're out there and you know the Menards piano guy, let me see Menards pianist. That's who I would like to, and he can come play. We've got a keyboard in here. It'll be great. I just wanted to say the word pianist as a piano player loudly.
I want to know if they pay you or you just show up.
Yeah.
That's it. Do they like give you a discount? Are you an employee?
Yeah, that's a great question. So then, yeah, go ahead. What you'll do, you'll follow Mullet Review on all platforms. You can shoot me an email, podcast@junglejims.com. And then, yeah, I got a keyboard in here. We'll find out. We'll ask all the juicy questions. We'll get that one set up.
Oh, please.
The future's wild.
The future's wild.
Brandon, thanks so much for coming in, dude. Really appreciate it.
No
I know
problem,
I've tried to
man.
close it 3 times, but we're just having fun.
Yeah.
I'll give my closer. Everyone out there watching the show, thank you so much. This is a fun live one in the store. I hope all of you walking through, staring at me, are enjoying watching the show today. You can find the Jungle Gyms podcast on all major audio platforms, which I know is where most of our viewers are. But I would love it if you all join me over on YouTube, because in addition to the podcast, we put out other great content, short form videos. We also do YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Instagram, all those things. You can follow Jungle Gyms there. Of course, we talked about following Mullet Review. That's everything that's going on. So more than anything, I appreciate you all so much for supporting and watching the show. We'll see you at Pickle Wars coming out. In the meantime, I'll see you out in the aisles.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.